Giants are scary. Once upon a time in gymnastics, a gymnastics coach named Miss Rachel was going to teach the smaller children giants on bars. A little girl named Susan was super scared. Miss Rachel would spot each child ages 6 to 8 in a cast handstand on the high bar, and then spot them and spin them in a handstand. The children did not have to do much work as Miss Rachel would hold them and spin them so they get the feel of the giants so they can find it easier to actually learn them when older. None of these children could do giants yet, but they didn't need to as Miss Rachel would hold them in a handstand and spin them, and all the children had to do was keep hold of the bar. Susan was terrified of doing a handstand so high up in the air on the bar, and then doing giants looked even scarier and she was about to cry. When it was Susan's turn, she sadly had tears in her eyes and Miss Rachel said gently, "Oh, what's wrong, sweetie?" And Susan cried, "I'm scared." And Miss Rachel lovingly said, "I'll hold you and I won't let go. It will feel like a roller coaster and you'll feel a tickle in your tummy, but I promise I'll keep you safe. Let's give giants one go. If it gets too scary, you can scream." So Susan grabbed the bar and Miss Rachel lifted Susan's legs, making her do a handstand. Miss Rachel held Susan in a cast handstand for around 20 seconds, saying, "Point your lovely little toes to the ceiling and keep hold of the bar, and I'll do the rest. If you tuck your head in, you can see Miss Jones and the older gymnasts from an upside-down angle. Tuck your head in and take a peek." And in a cast handstand, Susan tucked her head in and Miss Rachel asked, "See Miss Jones? Is she upside down?" And Susan yelped, "Yep." And then Miss Rachel said, "Ready, firat?" Spin. And she spun Susan around the bar, keeping her in a handstand shape, and Susan let out a slight scream and Miss Rachel lovingly said, "It's okay, I got you. 3 spins this time." And Miss Rachel gave Susan 3 more spins, making her do another 3 giants all while Susan screamed. And Susan in a cast handstand said while laughing, "That's fun, so fun." And Miss Rachel put Susan back down and gave her a high five. And that is how a gentle coach teaches giants to younger children who cannot do giants yet. But with spotting, they get the fun, scary feel of going upside down super high and spinning fast and become braver as well, which will help them learn giants themselves when a little older. The end.